Analyzing hardware. So we're going to look at hardware used for analyzing data within an information system. And you're going to see with these hardware examples here that they overlap with two other information processors hardware, that of processing and storing and retrieval. And essentially with analyzing data, we need to call on those hardwares in order to do analysis of data. So first we will look at hardware that relates more with storage and retrieval, but is used in analyzing, and that is in primary and secondary storage. So firstly, in primary storage, we're going to talk about RAM, random access memory, which is used for assisting in the processing of data. Okay, so when data is required to be analyzed, okay, it is sent to the CPU for processing. When it's sent to the CPU, it gets stored in RAM, okay? And basically anything in RAM is the live data. It's what's happening at the moment. What's happening on my screen right now is in my RAM, okay? And what's on your computer right now while you're watching this video is stored in your RAM, okay? So it's your on-screen data, it's live, okay? If I pulled out the plug from my desktop computer right now, this would disappear, okay? I wouldn't be able to get back to this screen because also while in RAM, it's also volatile memory, okay? It is not safe, this data right now. It's live and I'm using it, but it's only when it goes to the hard drive that it's backed up and stored in a location that I can turn my computer off. But RAM is responsible for presenting your on-screen data. Therefore, the larger the capacity of your RAM, the larger the file sizes of data and the increased amount of data that can be analyzed at a time. Okay, I can do more analysis of data live and at a time based on having more RAM in my system because more data can be stored there, okay, and then it can work in conjunction with my CPU in order to analyze that data. Next, we'll go on with secondary storage. And here we're talking about our hard drives and solid state drives, which is the primary storage location on your system. So as said, okay, unless something's stored on in my hard drive or solid state drive in secondary storage, if I pull out the plug from my computer, it's gone, okay, because it's only in RAM, which is needs a power supply to keep a memory saved. All right, so from here, we need to understand this is the main storage location for files on a system. All my files are stored on my solid state drive on my computer right now. That's where they all get saved to, and then I open them when I need to use them, or the CPU calls upon them when it needs to do processing of them. It stores data during media development, allowing for data to be saved for later use. So I said media development because I'm referring to, the development of movies here and stuff like that there. Okay, but any file in development, okay, while in development, okay, you click save, it goes to your hard drive, and then you double click on that file and you open up again and you keep working on it. Solid state drives obviously operate a lot faster. Now, this all goes together with processing. As said, it's storage working with processing in order to analyze data. And really, we're going to be referring back to RAM here. As said, data is called into RAM for processing, but the hardware that actually does the processing is the CPU, the central processing unit. Okay, it has fast processors that allow for many rapid calculations. So the higher the power of your CPU, the more faster you can analyze data on your system. The CPU is classified as the brain of the system. Okay, and the CPU works with RAM in order to process data through the fetch execute cycle. And we'll look at more into that when we talk about the information process of processing. So just understand there that all these hardwares here, okay, they align with other information processes as well. Okay, so as said, CPU aligns with processing. The primary and secondary storage devices we talked about align with storing and retrieving. We've done it. But they need to work together in order to analyze data so that we can get more meaning out of the data that has been saved to our system.